February 17th, 2022. Habcast 241, episode 241. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Video of police stopping New Jersey mall fight sparks investigation into racially disparate treatment of suspects. In the video, a black boy and white boy can be seen verbally arguing before pushing and shoving each other at the Bridgewater Commons Mall in Bridgewater Township, New Jersey. The fight eventually escalates and a piece of furniture is shown sliding along the floor. The white teen then gets on top of the black teen and throws him to the floor. Now, aside from the white kid looking to be older than the black kid, he has him also by at least 50 pounds. When two officers arrive, they pull the white teen off of the black teen and one sits him on a couch. One officer then tackles the black teen and begins to handcuff him with the assistance of the other officer. Meanwhile, the white teen is seen in the background watching unrestrained. If you're an officer going into an escalated situation, your training should be to immediately detain and separate both parties involved. By only detaining one party, by only detaining the black kid, you've left yourself open to A, he can further harm the kid who's now defenseless, and B, you've turned your back on someone who could potentially have a gun or a knife, or he could just run off and you won't be able to find him later for questioning. In the video, a woman can be heard saying it is because he's black, racially motivated. Since the video surfaced online, the police department has received widespread criticism. One social media user wrote the Bridgewater Mall fight is the clearest example of how police actively use race as a shorthand for who they perceive as a threat. The Bridgewater Township Police Department also issued a statement on its site noting it is aware of the video and cooperating with the investigation. We recognize that this video has made members of our community upset and are calling for an internal affairs investigation. The officers were able to respond quickly to this incident and stop it from escalating because of a tip we received from the community. They responded quickly, but they weren't thorough in their police work because that kid that you turned your back on, he could have had a knife, he could have had a gun, he could have did anything. He could have took a hostage. He could have did anything, and you turned your back on him. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy also weighed in on Twitter, writing, although an investigation is still gathering the facts about this incident, I'm deeply disturbed by what appears to be racially disparate treatment in this video. We're committed to increasing trust between law enforcement and the people they serve. If these officers thought that detaining the black kid was the best way to neutralize this situation, then they have already failed the badge. If police precincts are teaching their officers to use this as a procedure to neutralize these type of situations, then they've already failed the community. Two men arrested on suspicion of stealing catalytic converters. They're getting smarter after that Prius fell on that guy that was working solo. Now they're using a buddy system. The arrest stems from deputies responding Thursday to a report of a battery involving two men on a 26,000 block of Avenue Hall, said Deputy Natalie Arriaga, a spokeswoman for the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station. What started as a battery investigation between two two males in Valencia ended their arrests. They were found in possession of cut catalytic converters, tools commonly used to steal catalytic converters, narcotics, drug paraphernalia, pepper spray, and more. Ariaka said the males were booked into the SCV Sheriff Station for multiple charges, including theft, possession of narcotics, and receiving stolen property. You see how when these people get caught with catalytic converters, they never get caught with cash, only drugs? That's because drugs is accepted more places than MasterCard when dealing in the catalytic converter community. Arriaga added that one of the suspects, 40-year-old Ricardo Van Rosen, is believed to have been a convicted felon and was additionally arrested on suspicion of being a felon in possession of tear gas. For what? The second suspect, 59-year-old Arturo Casaneda, is alleged to also have had an outstanding warrant. Woman used pandemic relief loan to pay a hitman for murder of Miami TSA agent. Your tax dollars at work. Authorities are alleging the May 3rd, 2021 murder of a 24-year-old Florida mother was a hired hit job financed with a federal Paycheck Protection Program loan, according to reports. It's different to hear that someone got that money and they didn't spend it on a Brazilian butt lift or a trip to DR. She ain't even pay no bills. She didn't do anything. She just immediately put that money on somebody's head. Earlier this week, people confirmed the arrest of Javon Carter, 29, Romeo Robinson, 35, and Jasmine Martinez, 33, for the murder of Transportation Security Administration Officer LaShante Jones. Jones, who was working at Miami International Airport, was fatally shot outside her apartment in Homestead, right in front of her 3-year-old daughter, who was also injured. The shooting happened in broad daylight. The gunman, Miami-Dade authorities confirmed, was wearing a black hoodie at the time of the shooting. A newly unsealed arrest warrant obtained by WTVJ and the Miami Herald alleges Martinez arranged Jones's murder after the young mother agreed to testify against Martinez and two others, the outlets say. The reports indicate that the warrant accuses Martinez of paying Carter to carry out the hit using federal funds obtained from a $15,000 COVID related PPP loan. Bank statements were obtained which show a series of withdrawals of over $10,000 in cash and or payments which occurs over the following days leading up to the homicide. $15,000 split between two people is not really a lot of money. We're talking about murder here, man. The warrant reportedly alleges a video was recovered from Carter's phone from the day of the shooting, showing him counting a large amount of cash and bragging, "Just another day at the office." Someone just made detective with little or no effort thanks to Vanity Fair over here. The warrant alleges Robinson, Martinez's new boyfriend, brokered the price for the killing with Carter. Per the outlets, Carter and Robinson remain in jail without bond. Oh, wait, because we're not done with idiots using social media to tell on themselves. Gangster COVID scammers undone by their own flashy posts. Feds say big wheels keep on turning when detectives with the NYPD's Intelligence Division noticed that members of Brooklyn's Woo street gang were posting photos of themselves on social media from luxurious locations that look nothing like their own borough. They realized something was amiss. Play it back if you need to hear it again. All the police are doing is watching the social media pages because they know you're so arrogant and you can't resist the chance to show off when you do something stupid. Palm trees in the background and a swimming pool. A senior law enforcement officer told the Daily Beast movie star Holmes. The detectives soon understood that a number of pictures had been taken in sumptuous rental homes far from the Canarsie neighborhood where Woo, which is sometimes spelled with an extra O and reportedly stands for We On Our Own, is based. They were posting all on their Instagram pages where they're like in these fabulous houses, not in New York City, the official said. And you know, these are guys who never go more than 3 blocks from Canarsie. So you gotta wonder, what are they doing there? And how is it that they are living so large? With what racket? With what money? Like, how is this occurring? Player hater. A number of the shots which detectives said were taken in California and Florida, showed the gang members brandishing firearms. Investigators were ultimately able to match the background of at least one of the homes with an Airbnb listing. You know, those cops were like, my wife has been on my ass about a vacation for 10 years, and these kids are in California and Florida with their feet all on everybody's couches. You'd see guys waving guns around, and you would look at it and say, "Where is he?" The law enforcement official said, and you go through the Airbnb ads and say, "Okay, I got the same rental here. There's the dining room table. Here's the pool in the back that matches everything we see." During the investigation, the team of city cops and federal agents combed through bank records, tracing various withdrawals that were apparently financing the gang members' newly lavish lifestyles. They soon discovered that the gang had been using false names to file for unemployment benefits administered through a federal COVID relief program. That's when the NYPD teamed up with the Inspector General's Office of the U.S. Department of Labor and determined that a group of individuals had used more than 800 false identities to file nearly 1,000 unemployment claims, securing at least 4.3 million in illicit benefits. All of the applications were traced to just two IP addresses, the official said. Whatever happened to "I'll take my money in cash and I'll see you never"? You won't see a picture of me nowhere. The suspects, identified by the Department of Justice as Romian Brown, Tyreek Clark, Kenneth Desir, Stephen Dorminaville, Kay Howard, Keith James, O'Neill Marks, Jaria Olivier, Christine Jean Pierre, Rolik Smith, and Christopher Topi. And that is the Brooklyn Nets 2023 roster. Carried out the alleged scheme between March 2020 and October 2021. Last May, several of those arrested appeared in a music video for a song called Trappin'. The DOJ noted in a statement, adding, "The lyrics of the song include 'Unemployment got us working a lot,' a reference to the defendant's fraudulent scheme." Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, don't use your cell phone to brag about your scams, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.